you give it up for Ben Harper?
Just before we start, have you got $200 on you?
I got Uber Eats bringing one for each of us. Yeah. So they're on the way.
Well, that's proper money.
The two of
Right.
one that can afford it.
Hey, Ben Harper, you've ditched the Grammys for us. That's incredible.
Yes.
Your album was nominated, but you've chosen to be here.
Yeah. I
Why?
mean, who wouldn't?
I reckon most people wouldn't.
Yeah. The tour was booked well out in front of when the nominations were.
Yeah, right.
And so that's the way it ended up playing out.
Well, congratulations on the nomination, which was clearly unexpected.
Thank you. Yeah.
But you've had 8 of them, and you've won 3 Grammys. Is the Grammys all a bit passé for someone who's been that successful?
No, never. And not an award that prestigious. I'm just shocked every time I hear my name, whether it's a nomination or a win.
Yeah.
Not to be, overly self-deprecating, but it's just there's only a handful of them every year, so it's really rare, and it's an honor to be in that number. Congratulations to Edgar Winter, Taj Mahal, Ry Cooder, and my dear friend Harry Styles for his win.
You've already texted him, haven't you, after his win? You've already texted him, is that right?
That's right.
Oh.
That's right.
Did you get a text back?
Straight away.
Oh, he's not at the after party then.
Would you share his phone number with me personally?
Tell me again.
Could I have his phone
Oh,
number?
yeah, you want it
or-
now?
Yeah.
All right, after.
Yeah. Like that.
Well, you're back in Australia. You're doing Summer Soul Festival.
Yes.
Yes, and you're doing a bunch of your own shows. Also, by the way, this is huge for me to meet you. I'm such a big fan.
Oh, thank
My
you.
childhood,
Thank you.
I grew up on the south coast of New South Wales. We're all obsessed with you, all
Thank
the
you.
little surfer kids. Live
Thank
from
you.
Mars, that live album, I think everyone was listening to it. It was so good. Why do you think Aussie audiences, have such a connection with Ben Harper?
It's hard to say. I've been coming here since I was a kid and have just loved it. Fell in love with it from the first notes hit on the shores here and have been coming back ever since. And so it's mainly just thank everybody for sticking with me.
Yeah, right.
You played in front of thousands last night in Torquay, and given that your music is pretty laid back, what are the crowds like? Because we imagine people are sort of slowly crowd surfing, not being too hectic, because your music is very relaxed and surfy.
Sure, when it's me solo, there is a relaxed element to it that everybody seems to settle into. When it's the band, you can get your surf on and you wouldn't miss a beat.
Right.
So it can turn into a mosh pit.
There have been, I can count the mosh pits on one hand. When we opened up for Pearl Jam back in the day, we would establish a bit of a mosh pit. Matter of fact, one time opening for Pearl Jam, up out of the mosh pit, I think we were playing like Jimi Hendrix Voodoo Child, and it was firing, and up came a guy in a wheelchair. And he was it was one of the crazier things I've ever seen in all my travels and touring was this, and they surfed him from one end of the stadium to the other with him almost falling out. My friend Mark Zupan, who was also the star of the documentary Murder Ball about.
Oh, yeah.
So Mark,
yeah.
shout out to Mark.
That sounds like a great... I like that you said establish a mosh pit. I've never heard that phrase, and I think it's a wonderful phrase. We also hear that you like to include some fun on an itinerary when you come to Australia. Have you packed your skateboard or anything? Yes?
Yes.
Great.
Had 3 days off in Perth and skated hard every day. I'm going for a particular move right now. Sometimes it's harder to get moves back on a skateboard than it is to learn them in the first place. And I'm trying to get back my varial heel flips.
Yep.
And so I went to a skate shop called Beyond Skate Shop in Perth, and around the corner there's a DIY spot, and it was perfect. I didn't get the move, but I'm still digging deep.
Well, Ed's still trying as well.
Yeah.
So
Come on out.
Don't beat yourself up then.
Let's go.
Let's not.
So what do the kids say when Ben Harper rocks up to a skate bowl in Perth?
Oh, that's the beautiful part of it, though. In skateboarding, the only superstars are other skateboarders.
Right.
You're a star if you land your tricks. So they could care less about me rolling up, unless I land my tricks.
Hey, going back to Harry Styles just for a second, because you played some shows with him in LA, and you got your daughter up on stage at one point as well. Is that right?
Yeah. I played, and by the way, it was a huge privilege. I played guitar on his new record, Harry's House, on the song Boyfriends, and so we did do it live because I opened up for him a bunch of shows, 12 shows in LA at the Forum. But to have, today wasn't my day with the Grammys, but the only thing better than winning a Grammy is when people you love win Grammys.
Yeah.
And so for Harry to have won today, it's just so huge for him. And to have played guitar on a track on an album that won Album of the Year, that's new for me.
That means you won a Grammy.
Yeah, totally.
Well,
Congratulations.
yeah, let's just...
I know you're nominated. You technically might not have won. I'd love to nominate you for an award right now.
Okay.
If that's what I would like to nominate you for Best Guest on Monday's version of the project. You're in the running against Dom Ferreté, so you know, in 6 months' time we'll announce the winners. So good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, such cool energy. You can catch Ben Harper across the country at his solo shows and co-headlining at Summer Salt Festival. All the details are on the website. Thanks so much for joining us, Ben Harper.